And we're live. Oh. I'm going to make sure that you can actually hear us today because I've been like, for a million lately.
Do you want me to look?
Hi, RTB.
Like, do I even know how to do this?
I don't know, Lisa.
I'm busy. You put me on Facebook and now I'm like, oh.
Yep. Actually, you can hear us, so that works.
Okay, good.
Hooray!
Yay!
Things are working the way they should be this morning. That's a first. Well, usually I'm like halfway through all of our sponsors and I'm like, and someone's like, I can't hear you.
I think I did that from Trader Joe's one day. Remember I had the whole parking lot talking to you?
Oh, yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
right.
look, it's my friends. You can't hear them. And you're like, why are you at Trader Joe's at 7 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
It was either right before Thanksgiving or right before Christmas. Like,
It was Thanksgiving.
was it okay. Yeah. So I was doing the like, get in here, get her done.
Your last minute odds and ends and all the stuff that you needed to get. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do crowds. So I will get up, at the whatever time and get there literally before you open.
You and I are early risers. So we like to get things done and cracking in the morning because I'm really no good to anybody in the afternoon. I don't know
it's
why
a
people ask me to do
downhill
things
after
in the
lunch.
afternoon. I'm like, I'm not good at that time. That's not my time.
All the mundane tasks happen after lunch.
Yeah.
That's when I'll do stuff in the yard or I'll do laundry. It can't require any thinking or decision making.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
But you work at night. You still
do.
have to come around.
Yeah, but those are processes. I've already made those. I flow with those. You know what I mean? It's like I can
I'd
function.
be trying to check the bingo card going, yeah, sure.
They're already made at that point in time. I'm just entertaining people, and that's fine. It's like coming over my house for dinner. You know what I mean? It's just pretty much that's how it is. I want to thank our sponsors, MBR Cleaning Services and Landscaping. If you're looking for a yard cleanup, now is the time to get it done. Online, mbRlandscaping.com.
Yes, please.
I know. Call them 508-280-0605. We can. They just opened their Hyannis office, empowering and supporting Cape Cod women to build pathways to stability and also self-sufficiency.
Awesome.
And they're offering all kinds of women resources and information. So they've got their second location in Hyannis. Yeah. And you can find out more information. WeCanCenter.org is where you can go online for them. And as always, Cape and Islands Kia, thank you so much for my sweet little ride.
I love your car.
Gets me to everywhere. Doesn't it make you smile when you see it? You're like, oh.
Yeah.
It's happy.
It absolutely does. And now I want to go, it works because I want to go test drive a Kia. I've never driven one.
Well, and also I'm just not used to people. I'm definitely identifying myself now. So people are beeping at me. I'm like, what did I do? Oh, wait, it's a car. They're saying hi. Oh, okay.
They're you. They know you.
Yeah, there's no more incognito. Sorry, here I am.
Yeah, I'm
Good
happy
morning,
incognito.
T. Good morning, Nat. And thank you very much. Yes, everybody, gang's all here. We can
Yay.
get to work.
Hi, gang. I can't see you, but that's okay.
Lisa is here from the Cape Cod Children's Museum. You guys just wrapped up your St. Patty's Day. You survived.
Yes.
Lots
it was great.
of kids.
It
Everything
was
looked
really,
fun.
really, really good. Yeah. It was the Irish dancers. It was packed. We sold out, 250 tickets. So it was good. Lily was awesome. She's our resident
little leprechaun.
Yeah. No, but she's also awesome. Like watching her grow up, and she was so helpful. Like she knows. And she's like, do you want me to move these? Can I get those chairs? I'm like, no, I love you. Yes. Like, yeah. Like, are you reading my mind?
She does have patience, and she is a self-starter, which is really nice. I work with some 30-year-olds that are not self-starters at this point. And sometimes it's really exhausting to hold the hand of someone that is
I don't get
30.
But even in your 20s, we had to be self-starters. Like there was, I don't remember having so much need for my bosses or whatever. I'm like, can you figure that out? I don't know why you can't figure that out.
Good morning, Kai. Kai is going to be on the show with me on Friday. We're going to talk about some E4All stuff, which I'm excited for.
E4All. Hi,
And
Kai.
then whatever else you want to talk about, Kai. The floor is yours. Good morning, Doug. Thank you so much for joining us. So I had an incident last night. Speaking of my trivia nights.
Uh-oh.
It was just very Cape Cod in the winter. We'll start there. So I'm going to lay the scene for you. And I've already talked about it a couple of times today because I'm kind of getting it out through therapy.
Okay, let's go. I'm not have any idea what you're talking about.
So I had a text message from one of my friends. I'm going to be there tonight with my new boyfriend. I'm like, great, awesome. Very excited. Can't wait to see you. Now, I get into the place that I was at last night for trivia. It is packed. There's a line out the door. Very excited.
Excellent.
And that makes my heart happy. I'm like, okay, good. We got a pile of people. It's going to be a really good night. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So I get there and the place is full. And one of my trivia regulars comes over and she looks like she's like a deer in headlights. And I'm like, what's wrong? Like, did you get a table? Are you okay? What's happening? And she's like, my ex-husband is going to be here with one of your friends. Oh. Soon to be ex-husband, so not even divorced yet. And it's so Cape Cod.
This isn't funny, but it is. Oh my gosh.
It's careful what you offer, Stephanie. I know. So it's so Cape Cod, and I just was like, okay, well, this bar is big. So, I mean,
your corner, their corner.
There's only so many places where we live here in our small little community. Oh. So it is bound to happen often that you will run into the ghosts of your past.
I call it 2 degrees of separation, not 6.
Yeah.
There's only 2 on the Cape.
Well, so that was careful. Like a half a degree. Well, I didn't even know that there was a new boyfriend situation because I had met this friend through a guy that worked at the radio station that I just used to work at.
Oh, okay.
And, there's already some questionable taste there. So I was like, okay, we're doing this here.
Wow.
So it gets even better, Lisa. So they sat at opposite ends. I mean, this is an L-shaped restaurant. Opposite ends. One's here, one's there. But my regulars for trivia, she always comes with who I thought was her mother. No, it's his mother.
You cannot make this stuff up.
Nope. So I felt like it was in a tennis match last night. I'm like, this one. Keep it moving. The bathroom's in between. Are you sure you really want to go to the bathroom right there, right now?
Stephanie's not paying any attention to trivia.
Nope.
She's like,
I was 100% paying attention to trivia, trying not to pay attention to this bleep show that was unfolding in front of me.
The show.
Oh, no. I tried not to watch that show because I knew I would get sucked in. I'm a happy fly on the wall.
I would have been like, okay.
It is a tiny rock that we do live upon. So it was it was just definitely an awkward moment, but I didn't know that it was his mother and he didn't even go and say hello.
No.
I was like, that's your mom. Whatever. I stayed out of it. But here I am having to talk about it again because I had to talk about it because what are the odds?
Yeah.
Well, pretty good that most of them would know me because I just seemingly know a lot of people. But that was just one of those very awkward. But they both stayed the entire time for trivia. No one was giving up the seat.
Who's leaving first?
And I felt like that was a testament to my fabulousness. Somebody gonna flinch, somebody's gonna leave.
That's an incident and a half. That's something.
It was.
Okay.
It was definitely watching a tennis match of the utmost situation last night. So very entertained was I. It definitely was Jerry Springer trivia. Thank you, Nat. It was like grown up, very respectful though. Everybody, we're all adults here. I mean, it happens.
All right, I have an incident which is completely nowhere near yours. But yesterday, and then I thought about it more on the way here. So why, like when you were growing up, there were dogs, right? There were tons of dogs. People had dogs.
Sure.
My dog didn't even have a leash or and don't start. Like I get it. I know that
we're not talking about the current rules.
Exactly. I grew up with dogs. There were always dogs. I don't ever remember in my lifetime people with poop bags.
Right.
That just was not a thing.
Right.
Like and I know, and we called it with a lovely morning conversation. Dog mess, like you step in dog mess, not dog poop. You know, and even my mother would be like, "Get a stick, get it out of the sole of your shoe, go get the hose, wash your shoe, and don't you dare get those shoes wet." We learned how to do things. Like we had to deal with it. So, anyways, I'm walking yesterday with my dog, leave my neighborhood, going into a different neighborhood. He poops. I get my bag, I pick it up, I tie it, and I drop it. This car pulls up beside me, rolls down the window. Are you gonna leave that there? And I was like, first of all, I'm in my own neighborhood. Who are you? No. And I looked, and I actually hadn't dropped it yet. I dropped it, and I was like kind of standing up, and I felt like, I'm going to throw it in your car window. Would you like it there better? But here's the thing. I'm going for a mile walk. I don't need to carry the actual poop.
I can get it on my way back, but thank you.
Exactly. But I'm looking at, mind your own business, people. Can anyone mind their own business anymore?
I know. No.
Did they really think I was going to take the time to put the poop in a bag and then wing it into the road?
But I don't feel like you have to owe them an explanation of when you're going to come back and pick that up because you're not on their schedule.
I was so flustered that I was like, I'm picking it up.
Yeah.
Like, what?
I know.
And then as she walked away, I'm like, come on.
And if you're setting obviously you live in this neighborhood. Like, I don't just randomly walk my dog in rando people's neighborhoods.
And throw a poop bag.
Do you see bags all over here? Like, this is something I regularly do. It's not. But also, it's just not for people to say. It's not.
It just, I was like.
I do also get it. If you see something, say something. This is the mentality that we now live in, and people can't help themselves. Good morning, Carol. Yeah, neighborhoods are nuts. And yes, they do it here constantly, she said.
Yeah, I think we've gone overboard, though. It was just... I don't know.
So, Guy, I saw a dog in a baby carriage in the mall the other day. I'm traumatized. It's a different world.
It is. Well, and I don't know, but when growing up, I don't remember anyone getting bitten by a dog. I don't remember dog fights, and there were dogs everywhere.
Yeah.
I think when dogs sort of had their freedom, they did their thing.
Yeah.
Where now you just constantly hear about
We've peopleized our
dogs. Yeah.
Well, that's it, because people aren't having children now they're having pets, and they're treating their pets like children.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's okay. I mean, I get it. I did laugh. I did see a meme the other day that it was a mom and a dad, and it was a meme of my mom sent this vacation photo. It was the dog's feet. It was everyone's feet at the beach. Only the middle one was the dog, not the kid.
And I kind of like that, though.
I kind of like that too. You know what?
I had my dog on the beach yesterday.
There you go.
He found half a dead bird.
Oh.
Yeah, and then there's me chasing the dog with the half a dead bird. Yeah, that was a video worth making.
Make sure you take care of your poop bag. So
my friend was carrying a poop bag all over the beach. Like every time we turned, we put the poop bag on another rock, so we would take it with us.
Yeah, Dawn. Yes, our friend Dawn on the West Coast is a professional dog sitter. That's what she does all day long. As she deals with people and their idiosyncrasies with their pets. Although you have some weird ones. She's got a parrot she watches on the regular. She's got a pair of small dogs that they've got like the portrait, kind of like our friend Sue Toplansky does. But it's like a full-on Step Brothers portrait with the dogs in sweaters on the wall.
Well, I've told you my retirement gig, I think I've told you this, is, my daughter works out in Hollywood, and all of the stars have dog sitters on set. Mm-hmm. So like when she worked with Jane Fonda, has one for each dog.
Oh.
And I was like, me. Whenever you make it and your show and whatever, I'm in charge of the dogs. I'm like, I'll be in the background. I will watch you work, and then I will take care of your dogs.
So Lisa and I have a podcast together, Women Travel Better in Pairs, and we were on this trip where we were tasked with this California Amtrak trip that we were on.
Yep.
And we started.
You're a trooper.
We had so much fun. We really did have a lot of laughs. And your daughter joined us for spots in between.
Yep.
But we landed in the Burbank airport, and we get out there, and Lisa's, I forget what you were doing, and you're like in a huff. And
I was looking for the shuttle from the hotel that was not showing up.
I'm frozen because Dax Shepard is directly in front of me, and I'm like, hey. And Lisa's like, what are you doing? Like, let's go.
No, I was busy talking to his in-laws who had gotten out of the car.
So she's chatting with the in-laws, and I'm like, do you even understand how you're talking to Kristen Bell's parents?
Nope, not even a little bit.
Kristen Bell's parents right now.
Well, I said to them, because I was like, he sounds kind of famous. Like, I recognize that voice. I didn't know who he was. And they're like, he is. And they're like, do you know who he is? I'm like, no. Then they were like a little standoffish. When I was
there's me like...
I absolutely have no idea who he is. And I don't know who you are, but I'm just going to keep calling the hotel. And then they were chatty. They started laughing. They're like, oh, he's, Dax Shepard.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh,
but you always
parenthood.
make friends with the parents.
I do.
Like this one was on another train travel, and all of a sudden Melissa McCarthy's parents are like your besties.
They are. They were my lunch mates. Like,
it's always the parents.
I know.
It makes
Someday
me laugh.
I'll meet the actual person. But
yeah. That's fine.
It's on the list.
That's your 2 degrees of separation.
When I'm in charge of the dogs, then I'll be on the sets to say hello to these people.
There you go. Good morning, Ricky. Good morning. Let's see who else is here. Helen, thank you so much for joining us. So yeah, it is Wednesday. I love having my chat with Lisa because we get to talk about all of the things that are going on at the Cape Cod Children's Museum.
All things kids.
Exactly. Your event was great. And now you're gearing towards April vacation. I don't know how you completely innovate, but I feel like every time I'm in there, there's something new to do, which is great. The kids need that.
Yeah, we try and we rotate things in and out. So we put things away and bring them back, which is a great tip for home. If you've got little ones, make things disappear. And then it's like Christmas in March.
Yeah.
Like, ooh.
I know we got our granddaughter, the Starfish
yay.
membership.
Oh, great. That's so cute.
It's really cute. The baby gets the membership and they get to take a parent that takes them with them. It's cute.
They own the membership instead of the family having it. Yeah,
I think
memberships are great.
Adorable.
If you're on the Cape, that is the way to go. You save money, and we do change things up. You get all kinds of discounts for everything from the store to birthday parties. Out of control.
I know.
Out of control there. I mean, they're super fun, but we're like, can you work this one? Can you work this? I mean, it's a lot.
Hey, you're getting it done.
Yep. No,
I know.
we'll take it.
I know something about activities. My activities calendar is runneth over, which is wonderful. But
we're trying to share staff. I'm like, okay, wait, maybe this one.
If you are a certain person, I'm looking for a certain person. You're fun. You're bubbly. You like to host things. You're fun at parties. I need you.
You can handle a situation should it arise.
Well, you and I were talking off the air about a certain situation, and since you went back in time talking about dogs, let's talk about back in time talking about kids. The counting.
Oh yeah. So I can hear a lot because my office is open to the whole museum, and then we just had our share of meltdowns in the last few weeks. And
Time
normally,
out. Yes, Jackie, I can't fathom me as a grandmother either, and I said it totally straight. Without having like a weird conversation about it. It's just like a regular conversational piece now. Yeah, it's real. I've accepted it. Next. I'm going to bring back the counting.
Oh, can you imagine having you as a grandmother?
I think it's great, but
yeah. Oh yeah. No, so the whole counting thing. So we just have all these meltdowns and, mostly it's when kids are leaving, which is a good thing because they don't want to leave. But I used to count. And I don't know where counting went. I mean, maybe that's now in the bad parenting list, but at one time it was the parenting tool. I mean, I could, kids, time to get in the car or whatever, pick up your rooms, and they'd be, and I would just say 1, and they knew. There was no more conversation about this.
We don't know what's going to happen when she gets to that 3, but we don't want her to get to 3 because it sounds ominous.
And they would sometimes keep up, and I'd be like, 2, no. And they're running around because we didn't ever actually really get to 3. I mean, maybe a couple of times, but it's just a signal. This is over. We're done. I told you what's happening. You don't like it. No, I have been. I'm sorry, I'm banging the desk.
That's okay. But, bang it all you want, Lisa.
I have not heard counting anymore. I mean, if you count now, if you go to a child like, okay, 1, they'd be like 2, 3, 4, 5.
They're gonna start counting along. What are we doing? This sounds fun.
No, there's so much preparation and there's no directives, and the kids are so confused.
Well, that's it.
They think everything is optional.
There's too many schools of thought out there, and there is wonderful. I love having options, but I feel like that is not. Kids do not need that many options.
No.
They need to have a this or that.
Yep.
This or that.
And if they melt down over that, then you have to choose. And once you choose a couple times, they stop melting down.
See, even that said, don't let me get to 3. You knew.
Right?
You knew 3 was bad, and I don't know why or what was going to happen.
And I felt like everyone in the world you'd hear counting in the stores. You'd hear everybody was like, 1. Everybody knew it, and now it's gone.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to look it up. Like, did that end up in the bad parenting pile? Did the pendulum just swing way back over here again? You can't count at kids. It's disrespectful or something.
What are the parenting styles now? Because aren't there so many different ones?
There aren't any. I think there's so many that people have just gone.
I know.
They don't know what to do.
And it's awful. It's like you've got to ask people like what is your parenting style and how do you subscribe to things and how do you punish and how do you reward and how do you do this?
There was a parenting show that was putting parenting styles at each other, some reality show that was on this year. I think there was 11 different kinds. 11. I mean, from like freewheeling, kids will raise themselves to like militant, which is obviously the spectrum.
Right.
You want to be somewhere in the middle. Sometimes you have to be militant. Sometimes you can be loosey-goosey. It kind of throws them for a whirl if you're
Also, I really feel like it's kid dependent.
Absolutely.
As a mother of 5 children, I can tell you none of them are anything alike. They are all very, very different.
Right.
And they all required a certain kind of parenting.
Yep.
There are right all the time? No.
Gosh, no.
We
but
don't
there
have
are
a
some
license
basics.
for this.
Yeah. I feel like I always go back to dog training. Like there are, but honestly,
kids and dogs.
If my dog can learn to do these things, I'm sure your 3-year-old can.
I wouldn't say that. No, I just don't know these days.
Well, it kind of crosses my mind sometimes. I'm like, how many times are you going to ask that 3-year-old to do what you want them to do? Because like when it's with the dog, it's one time.
Right.
And if he doesn't come, I have to take the leash.
That's it.
I have to go put it on his thing. Yeah.
And that's
it's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you can't crate children these days. They have problems with that. Serafina, thank you so much for joining us. Good morning, Charles. Hi. How are you?
Children. Yeah. Frown on that. No.
And I think that's really where the millennials have lost it because if they could crate children, they might have some, but they can't do that.
We had playpens.
I'm kidding, by the way. I'm kidding.
We called them playpens.
You're
not
right.
crates.
I'm going to be out tonight at Tomatillo's. So if you're looking from a break from your norm, definitely come have some fun with us. I was just reading all kinds of studies about like doing games and game night and keeping your brain going. And it's really just, it's good for you. And it's also good for your sanity.
There you go.
So come 6 to 8 tonight, Tomatillo's in Sandwich, and have some fun with us because we really do. Listen to some good tunes, possibly win a prize. And have a good time.
It's a great
always
time.
Different.
Done it a few times. It's great. And you don't even have to know anything about music because I don't.
Yeah, right? Yeah. But you won.
No one's worse than me. I did win.
You did win.
Yes, because you can Shazam it.
That's it. Nat said, plus nowadays you can't publicly punish your children when someone will pull out their phone and then give you their 2 cents. Well, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Kids and dogs.
Yeah.
Lisa was shamed in her neighborhood for not picking up the bag right away.
Right.
Like you're supposed to put it in your pocket and carry it with you for your run?
Yeah. No.
Ugh.
He's a big dog. I'm not carrying that. No, thank you. Yeah, no, he's right. That is a part of it.
Where is the line where you say something? Have you ever felt compelled to just go over to someone in public and say you're not doing that right?
Lots of times, but I don't.
That's what I'm saying.
I keep it in the little, gerbil wheel in my head.
I know.
I have an internal conversation that I don't have to share with you.
But it's like, when is it like
when
crossing
it's life-threatening.
safety lines? Exactly.
Yes.
Are we going to die from this? I think that everyone should ask themselves,
Right.
But did you die?
Yeah. 5 years from now, am I going to remember this incident? No. So
And that's it.
Let it go.
I know. We have a lot of, and I don't like using the word Karen just because we have so many lovely Karens in our lives. So many great ones.
Sorry, Karen.
But I mean, it's just that personality where you've got to have your opinion or your feeling is so important that you have to say something
Well, I
right
think
now.
the internet has freed that up. It's like the whole social media thing when people just jump in with the commentary, whether or not they know anything about the subject.
Yeah.
They have an opinion. Like no one's listening to you, so you feel like you have to be heard somewhere.
Yeah, and I do love opinions. I do like asking people. That's why we do surveys. I think E4All is doing their survey. It's survey time right now. Everybody's got to get their survey out because you need to know the public opinion. But after it's been asked and answered, I think that's where we don't offer it anymore.
Oh my gosh, I was reading an article. You just reminded me. And this parenting guru, whatever's number one phrase and number one tip is asked and answered. So whatever your child said, and if you've supplied an answer and the argument continues, the response is asked and answered.
That's it. And just keep going back to that.
Yeah.
I'd like to
I
do
think
that
there
in
are people
every
who feel
aspect
like
of my life.
that is like an authoritarian thing and you're not being true to your child. No. Sometimes it's asked and answered. Can I go to so-and-so's house? No. We are doing this with your grandmother. No, asked and answered. I get to make decisions for a while. It's just the role that I signed up for as the parent.
That's it. Judge Judy. I'm the boss. Applesauce. What I said goes. Love her too.
I know. You ate the steak, pay for the steak. Okay? You can't live there and not pay the rent. She's my favorite. I'm a landlord. I love her.
That is so good, Lisa.
It's my cooking show, 4 and 4:30 every day. I'm like, all right, what's for dinner? Oh, Judge Judy must be on. Let's see what other craziness is out there.
I'm having a lot of fun today with our question of the day. I post a question on Stephanie in the Mornings page every single day, and it's say your age without saying your age. So I'm getting a lot of memes today, which is very enjoyable for me to look at. Somebody putting, anything from cavemen to Mars and astronaut situations, or like naming a song, or I love everyone's interpretation of the question that I post.
I thought I'm a little bit over a deck of cards.
I like that.
Yep.
And can you pick me up a boss of soda? I turned 20 the day John Lennon was murdered. Peace, love, not war, flower power. People's names, wall rotary phones, cords stretched down the hallway.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
It was so good.
When we paid by the minute, and my father was like, 1 minute, go. You paid for how long you were on the phone? He was not having it.
My favorite was calling home collect after I was done with whatever one of my sports was.
Do you accept this call?
Hi, it's me. Time to pick me up. When it said your name, that's I'm ready. Come pick me up.
Will you accept this call? No.
Exactly.
Got it.
And that's how we communicated.
That was
home.
texting. That was texting.
That was it. Yep.
But we had to wait for my parents to show up. They may have been grocery shopping. They may have been out to dinner. They were coming, but it wasn't like, I mean, I'm 2 minutes late when the kids were in high school. Where are you? Where are you? What are you doing? Where are you? I'm like,
do you know how many phone calls? I field a press conference every single day starting at lunchtime with both of my children. Oh my gosh. Can you drop this off for me? Can you pick me up? Can you get me early? I don't have anything going on right now. What are you doing? What are you eating? What's happening? What's going to happen at 4 o'clock today?
Shouldn't have
What's going to
phones in
happen
school.
at 5 o'clock today?
it's so bad.
What are we doing tomorrow? Have you thought about this? I'm thinking of painting the walls. I'm like, what are you doing? Aren't you at school?
I read
Aren't
another
you in an
thing,
activity?
right? These phones are shrinking our adolescents' brains. No kidding. It's a Harvard study, and they're seeing that the brain is actually shrinking because it doesn't have to contain as much material or remember anything or do anything.
None.
Let's go. Blah, blah, blah.
Zero things.
Yeah.
So this is that's honestly, it'll start anywhere between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m.
Wow.
Whenever they're kind of checked out of school.
So my husband's high school, you still have to check your phone at the door in the
I
classroom.
really wish that they would do that because I think that is a great idea.
They can't learn. They're not, speaking of which, my
Yeah,
text
right?
is
Listen,
going
listen,
on.
Lisa.
I'll put it over here because I don't know how to mute it.
Listen, Linda. So yeah, honestly, this is the phone calls that I get all day, every single day. The amount of calls for the dumbest things.
Yeah. Well, it's also why too, as teachers, I'm a teacher, my husband's a teacher, we're a family full of teachers. Now the teacher's not just talking to the child, they're talking to the parents at the same time. Because the answer that comes out of the child's mouth is not a child's answer. So you can't have any conversation with the kid that isn't immediately, kid's not responsible for anything. They're just like, I got backup. Mom said to tell you, blah, 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 blah.
I posted a TikTok on my page, I want to say maybe 2 months ago, and it was a principal of a school mocking the children. And it was absolutely hysterical, spot on impersonation.
Really?
It has over 2 million views on my page alone.
Oh, wow.
Because he is absolutely spot on. And it was like, I'm talking to my mom. I'm just talking to my mom. Or the dumping of the backpack. Or I'm not making a TikTok. It wasn't me. I'm not doing it. They're not even on. It's just absolutely all of the behaviors of middle school and high schoolers today.
It's crazy.
And it's every single thing that every single parent goes through, but also the teachers have that times 30 in their
my
class.
gosh.
I mean, some upwards
It is brutal.
So I do understand why we've got a crisis going on
We do.
in the teaching department, because what the hell? Every day is a new fresh hell for you.
It is.
Welcome to school.
Right? These kids are there. They're like, they don't have to learn because they're on their phone. If they don't want to learn, then they tell their parent. The parent tells the teacher, yeah, he's not up for that or she's not up for that. What?
We really do have a problem.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It is beyond. And then, I'm going to get in trouble here, but the administration doesn't want to deal with the parents. So who do they come down on? The teachers.
I know.
You need to do this and this and this and this for 45 different kids.
I know.
Who are on all kinds of plans. It's absolute insanity if you
I know.
think about it. I know kids don't get me wrong. I've worked in special services. I get it, but you can't expect one human being with 120 students to know all the ins and outs of your child's plan.
That's
a
you for
joke.
that memo, Linda. That's definitely going to control my class. You are right. No.
I'm like the opposite parent. So my kids, twin boys, 8th grade, with a bunch of other boys, were thrown into a Latin class that was out of control.
Yeah.
Absolutely out of control. He's getting in trouble left and right. I'm seeing the Oak Ridge school calling. I'm like, I know what that's about. So I'm going to meet with the teacher.
Everybody has that feeling when you see the school calling you.
And I knew which kid it was. Love you, honey. But I went in and I talked to the teacher and I said, listen, this is what killed me. I said, and she was new and she was young. And I was like, I get it. You got a crew of kids here who shouldn't, be together. And I said, so feel free to put my son in the back of the room, in the hallway. I don't care. I'm like, no, you respect your teachers, you respect your school, whatever.
Yeah.
She says, well, we had she talks like this too. It's very quiet. And I'm like, oh no.
How do you expect anybody to listen to that? I don't even
And
want to
then,
listen to you right now.
No, it gets better. She said, well, we have a 5-strike policy. 5 strikes.
Make it 1 million.
5. I think I did say that. I was like, 5? 5 who? Well, we voted on it as a class. I'm like, oh, kids convinced.
This is like Lord of the Flies. This is a nightmare.
So I eventually ended up with the principal, and I'll never forget. I had emailed her, and I said, well, the class is out of control. And she emailed back, I take exception to your saying the class is out of control. I said, I'm quoting the teacher. I'm like, lady, I'm on your side. I'm in there to make it under control, or I'm pulling my kid out of that class and he can take an extra gym.
Hysterical.
This is nonsense. Yeah.
Good morning, Mari. Good morning, Bob.
Morning.
Thank you for checking in. 5-strike policy.
There's only
everybody.
3 strikes in baseball. Like, use 3, but 5. I'm sorry, 2 is a max. Maybe even 1. That's your strike. Next time.
Yeah, I went to college to be a teacher, and I said quickly, I subbed, I think, at St. Francis for like whatever, and I was just like, no, this is dope.
No, subbing's brutal. That's
yeah. I mean, it wasn't. They were really nice and fun and cute, and it was a really great day. But I was just like, this is definitely just not for me.
Yeah, as long as you don't ask them to do anything. It's like my husband, bring candy, throw candy to them, and
the
ask
wherewithal
trivia
to be in education at this moment in time. God bless you. I thank you. I appreciate you. Not many people do, and I just want you to know I see you. That's all I have for you.
We're off that soapbox for the day.
Seriously.
Carry on.
I know. So we're not going to get into the bridge talk. I just do want to talk about the fact that that there is situational things going on with the bridge. Now, if you have to commute over that bridge for work, I'm really, really sorry. But I suggest that you consider starting your day a solid hour early.
Right.
And that way you won't be mad. I don't know other ways.
I know. I have a flight in a couple weeks. I already was like, okay, I'm going to go stay overnight the night before.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm going to risk missing it because of the bridge.
Seriously. So there was one E4All class that I happened to be in, and it was a book, and our friend Leah was kind of like, eat the frog. Do the thing you hate the most right out of the way so that you don't have to regret it or hate it or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's been my mentality pretty much ever since that class. It's always sat with me. And I'm
the
just
frog.
like,
I like
the frog.
it. Yeah.
Just eat the frog. And then when that's over, it'll be smooth sailing, right? So get up early, peel the Band-Aid off, and go and get it all done. And even if you have a coffee or read a book listen to a book.
Go take a nap. Put your feet up in the parking lot. Yeah. It's been done, folks.
This is what we're going to have to do until Memorial Day weekend, and then the regular tourists get here. So you're going to have to deal with that anyway.
I bet they're done sooner. They always say till Memorial Day weekend. And
sometimes they go longer.
Have they?
Yes.
I feel like they lie to us just so we don't get mad at them.
No, that's a real lie. That's a lie that they're like, well, and we're still not done yet. So now let's add tourists into this. It's a nightmare.
Cape Cod Chamber won't let that happen, right?
Come on, guys. Whatever. We got to deal with it. We got to deal with it. It is part of our life now. We've accepted it. Anything else that you want to tell us about the museum? Maybe donations? Do you have anything specific coming up?
We're working on a couple of new exhibits. We're getting ready for summer. So once spring hits, it's a little slower for us. So if you're members or whatever, come on in. It's not as crowded. We'll have things for April School Vacation Week. But no, we're really rocking and rolling in so many different fronts that it's a little overwhelming. But
that's exciting.
Yeah, the museum's really. If you haven't been, what's your name again?
I'm Stephanie.
Stephanie.
Hi.
Yeah, like I don't know why I just.
Like I'm brain dead at this point in time, and you haven't even started your day.
No, I almost
donations, volunteers.
Yeah. No, but I was like, we always can use volunteers. We would love if you have a child that's looking for a job. April vacation is a great time to volunteer. We do vet our kids volunteering first because we get a real gist of, can they work there? Can they count to 3? No, 1. No, but it does. It takes a certain kind of person. You can't be afraid to talk to people. You're in customer service, and we treat it like Disneyland. We want people to have the very best time, and so it's a lot of work to do that. But it's shown. I mean, we've been busy, so it's starting. We've made a lot of changes. So if you haven't been, you need to come by and see all the things we've added, and there's more to come, including we were talking about some adult nights.
We need some grown-up nights because I really feel like there is a burgeoning need for people to get out from behind screens, television, computers.
And meet people and talk.
And talk to human beings in the flesh in real life. I feel like we leave the big computer and then we go on our little computer and then
24/7.
And then we go home and watch the TV. It's like there's screen. So I feel like, yes,
we're going to try that.
Face-to-face time and learning how to still talk to each other. It should happen more often. And I love, we need to play. Even grown-ups need to play.
Oh, we've definitely got some playthings there.
Mari, I hope that they take Easter off because, getting over that bridge for a 3-hour situation. That's not good for everybody. Easter Sunday, what could happen?
I bet they do. Isn't Good Friday a holiday for schools?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's school vacation week. Get ready. Because that's what starts it.
No, it's the following week.
Right. That's what starts it. That Friday and then the following week.
No, but not this year because it's the 7th. And the week, it's the following week. These are things I know. Yeah, so there's Easter long weekend, and then there's a week of school, and then it's school vacation, the week of the 17th, Patriots Day.
Why do you hate us?
I'm sorry. But I'll be in California for Easter, so I'm like, I don't care.
Whatever, Lisa. Rub it in. Take another vacation.
I'm like, oh, yeah. Because she said, it's Easter. I'm like, oops. Oh, well.
Yeah, you haven't been able to get away, so you definitely. You're
it's
long
been 2
overdue.
years since I've been out there, so I haven't even seen the apartment she's been living in for 9 months. So I'm like, we're going to a casita first. We're staying at a nice place, and then 4 days on her couch in her studio. Unless there's someone else out there that that would like to take me in.
She cleans up after herself.
I do.
She
I'm a
promises
great
to
guest.
get rid of her poop bags.
Yes.
She won't leave them behind.
I don't cook, but other than that, I'll rake your yard if you want me to. They'll have fake grass out
High
there.
selling points for Lisa here. All right, well, that's going to wrap up things for us today.
Because we have to go to work.
I know, right? Our day jobs are calling us, but thank you. It's been so nice spending a few hours with you in the morning.
Yes.
You can listen to us, continue this conversation over at lemonadio.com. You can find us on Roku TV. Alexa, play Lemonadio Radio, or download the app in the App Store.